Hi, and welcome to Paper Party Live. I'm Julia with Julia Sue's Stamping, and I'm really excited that you're here to hang out with me for a little bit. Thank you so much for being here. I do have some notes over on this side, and I am going to be checking out the chat over here every now and then to see if there are any questions I can answer. So please bear with me if you see me glancing one way or the other. Thank you. So we are diving into the world of the Silly Safari stamp set today with two awesome layouts that is extremely adaptable for any stamps, ink, and paper you would have on hand. So don't feel like you have to be married to the Silly Safari stamp set to make these cards. You don't, because these are really adaptable and easy layouts that I'm excited to share with you this evening. I do have a downloadable PDF tutorial in my online store, so please be sure you check it out. In there are 2 bonus cards as well, so you would get 4 total with that. Whether you're stamping along with me using your make and take kit, or you're simply here for the inspiration, please grab your drink of choice, get yourself comfy, and let's get started. I'll change the camera down to the work surface, and here we are. I am using Stampin Blends today. I love coloring, so I've already got a bit of grid paper down on my work surface to protect it, because when you're using Stampin Blends, they are alcohol markers and you want to really saturate the color into your project. And when you do that, sometimes it seeps through. So you can see these are the 2 cards that we're going to be making this evening. And there is the PDF that has step-by-step instructions and the measurements. So that's handy. And we're going to start with this one today. All right, I gave in the make and take a little kit like this. And all you do is open it up and get all those lovely supplies out. All right, and last time, even though I checked it, I accidentally forgot some things in there, so I'm making sure I've got them today. Okay, it's got a smaller basic white, and maybe it's the same size. I don't know. It looks like it's just a little bit smaller, and that goes on the outside, and the bigger one with its surrounding Timid Tiger is going to go on the inside. It has a bright pop of color with a granny apple green card base today. So I'm going to grab my bone folder and burnish the fold line here and make it into a card base. Now's the time to grab whatever adhesive it is that you like to use. I'm going to use a little bit of the Seal Plus here and just put little bits on the corners and then adhere it to that Timid Tiger base. That just adds a little bit of pizzazz, but I forgot. I need to stamp inside of it too. And I don't have the Granny Apple Green ink, so let me go grab that really quickly. I'm just going to set this down and be right back with the Granny Apple Green. And there we go. Okay. Silly me. I can't believe I forgot that ink. All right. Okay, so now I've got Granny Apple Green ink. You know, you prepare and you're pretty sure you've got everything, and then you realize, oh no, I don't. But that's the fun of doing stuff live, right? All right, so I'm also glad I have the grid paper because I'm going to stamp off. And then I'm going to just make the other one full strength on there. All right, and even though I'd already adhered it to the Timid Tiger, I was a little more gentle on this side and was able to keep it off. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and adhere this on the inside. Yay, now we'll go on in the inside. And set that into the card base on the inside, and that is all done. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to decorate the front of the card with my adorable giraffe. So this time we've got Memento Tuxedo Black ink and a little bit of inking up the giraffe. So what if I told you that this one simple layout would be able to work for dozens of cards that you could create in your stash? You could have all sorts of cards that you could create with this layout, and it's so easy and fun. I've got my giraffe on there, and then I'm going to go ahead and with the Granny Apple Green, I'm going to go ahead and put something under me with the paper piercing mat. I had someone ask me earlier this week, what is a paper piercing mat and why use it? And it is a firm, yet it is a cushion to use, especially under photopolymer stamps, because it helps give it a little extra give. And I want to have a little bit of the grid paper on it. So I'm going to move this around a little bit here. There we go. Now, I'm going to put the grid paper on top to help protect my mat. And it just makes it so it is a little bit easier for the entire surface of the photopolymer stamp to connect with your paper. And it is especially easy to notice in this stamp here. I've noticed that when I don't have the paper piercing mat under it, see that little blotch there? That's because the stamp didn't make complete contact with it. So let's see if it does better. Look at that. It is so much better when using the mat underneath. So that is a perfect example of how much easier it is. Okay, so we've got some fun palms and big leaf fronds all around the giraffe now. And I'm gonna go ahead and move this over again and stamp the sentiment. So we've got, thanks Big Time, there you go. Thank you Big Time right here. Stamping it with the memento. Getting that inked up and right here. All right, perfect. And now I'd like to have just some fun with this little, I don't know, what is this called? Little triangular thing. I'm going to make it in the Timid Tiger right underneath there, just for fun. And I'm going to do it twice here. See if I can connect it, kind of. Okay, that worked. All right, and so setting the Timid Tiger ink pad aside. Okay, now it's time for some fun coloring. I have got some blending pens here, Stampin Blends, and I'm using, got the skin tone here on the giraffe, and I'm going to do his dots in some different colors, and then I've got his tongue in a pretty pink. So I'm going to start off with that because that's the easiest. I'm going to do his little cheeks here, a little bit in his ear because it's just fun. And now I'm looking for the skin tone here. I think this is the one I'm going to use. And just coloring this in. Now get that color nice and saturated and blend it in with that pink. All right, so who else loves coloring as much as I do? Coloring is so relaxing and it is really fun to do, especially with these markers. You can go on the outside and then just blend the color in, or you can start on the inside and blend the color out, whichever way works out best for you. Going around my little spots on the giraffe then, and bringing it on up. Coloring is one of my favorite things to do. It's really relaxing. So do you like to do doodles as well? I absolutely love doodling. It is so fun to doodle and come up with all sorts of different patterns. It's a really good mental health break when you do that kind of a thing. All right. Okay, great. And now for some different colors for the spots. So I think I'm just going to do some real light ones first. Get the spot or two here. And I don't know, maybe this one too. Just kind of having fun with the spots, trying to decide where to do them. One more up here, I think. And let's see if we can use the darker then of the crumb cake. That's what I've got here. And a little on its face, and another one right here. And yeah, another one right here. This color is so rich. I love just saturating the paper with it. And let's see about some darker browns here now. We're gonna go ahead and do its mane. Is it called a mane on a giraffe? It's mane on a horse, so would it be a mane on a giraffe too? Or is it called something different? I don't know. If anybody knows, please let me know. And another spot or two. I think I already did that one. And one more here. And that color is the light pecan pie. And I think I'll do a dark pecan pie here for what is left. Not much left here. And how easy is that? I just love coloring. It's so easy. But to show you how it saturates right through, see, I'm really glad that I had something to protect my work surface. And setting these aside, now I'm going to adhere it to the Timid Tiger mat for it with a little bit of seal. You can use some liquid glue if that is your adhesive of choice. So matting it right here, and I do have all the dimensions listed on my PDF of all the supplies used. And if you're someone who's done a lot of stamping, you'll probably already be able to figure this out. So instead of that, I want to lift it up. That's how this layout goes. This layer gets lifted up. So we're going to just put some extras on where I accidentally I don't know why I keep forgetting to put things up, but I do. I did that last week too. All right, I think I just kind of get going and get on a roll and chatting with you, and I kind of forget. I'm getting rid of these little pieces of paper backing so I can recycle them because they can be recycled. It's paper. And now I will put this on the front. So basically at this point, this is a SIP card, right? This is a stamps, ink, and paper card. Who likes a good SIP card? Hey, well then this one's for you. And I am going to decorate it just a little bit with some linen thread that has a knot in it. So I'm going to get that knot out. Okay, I'm going to double it up. And everyone is pretty familiar with how you double something up. And now creating a little bow out of that. There we go. And there. Just a little tiny baby bow. Super fun. Get the sides even. Very good. All right, grabbing some quick little scissors here, and I'm going to cut it off. I think this is about an 18-inch piece of linen thread that I just used, and now with a glue dot, I'm going to set it onto the card. I get that in between my fingers and put it onto the center there, and now I'm just gonna place it on my orange pattern thing. Did we figure out what that's called? All right, and that is it. Thank you big time. But how fun, that coloring just brings it up, doesn't it? So I have an alternative to this that I wanted to show you. Now, I need for you to keep open-minded about this, all right? This is really a fun layout, and I made the alternative very, very different. I did this with it. I decided I wanted to use a Cajun Craze Night of Navy along with some Very Vanilla and Balmy Blue. So this is the exact same size of everything, and inside it is like that. Same dimensions of everything, and I just decorated it differently with a whole bunch of circles, from the Spotlight on Nature dies and the Stylish Shape circles. So had some fun with it. The sentiment is from the Beautiful Motifs. And I love this card. I love the alternative card that I made, and I really love this silly safari card. So how about that? Easy, right? How cool is that to really do some different variations with this exact same layout? All right, we're going to move on to card number 2. Okay, setting that aside, and here is the next card. It's so cute. All right, I ran out of this designer series paper though, because I had so many people to send the kits to, the make and take kits. So I have a different paper in here. Hopefully I remember to put it in. I am not 100% positive that I did. I did for one. I forgot to put it on the inside as well, but okay, that's all right. Okay, I've got a basic beige base, so that's your basic size again. I'm going to use my foam folder to really burnish the edge well. And then inside the card I have a bit of basic white. I'm going to put the strip of designer series paper that I have inside. It is a Secret C piece. And which side do you think I should use? Because neither of them are going to match the front. Either way, I think I'll have that side up. And I'm going to just put some adhesive onto this 1/2 inch strip, place it onto the basic white, and then I'm going to set that inside. All right. Inside the basic beige. Now, because it is a much lighter color of a cardstock base, you don't have to have anything inside, but I think that adding that little bit of a touch adds a nice pop. So helps decorate it. That's extra real estate space, and you can use that for something, right? Okay, we're going to go ahead then and adhere the designer series paper to a bit of basic beige that I have. So kind of be like the same color as your base, or maybe you could use a different color cardstock than your base if you want for this layout, but easy. Setting that inside, and now I'm going to remember to use dimensionals right away this time instead of forget after I've already put adhesive on it. So here we go. All right, removing the paper backing from the dimensionals, or the lifty uppies, as I used to always call them. My class loved it when we would call them lifty uppies. And the classes that I do, they still really like calling them lifty uppies. People seem to remember what they are better calling them lifty uppies than dimensionals. I don't know why, but they do. Okay, so here we go. Now, we're going to add a nice piece of white cardstock that has been cut out using the cut and emboss machine with the textured notes die cut. I think this adds such a great texture to this side, don't you? It's so pretty, adds a really nice touch. So I'm gonna put that in the middle here. And the card is just about done. How easy is that? Oh, I forgot the sentiment, but that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and stamp it on with the memento. Since it's up with dimensionals, hopefully it won't be a problem, but it should be fine. Yay, it worked really well. Yay. Thank goodness. All right, and now for the cutest little monkey ever. I'm gonna just stamp that on, and I could have again used the paper piercing mat to help it be a little bit firmer onto the paper, but it's not whole photopolymer stamp like the leaf was, so it's going to still stamp okay. Bringing in those blends again. This time I'm going to do a bit of extra coloring. I'm going to start with the Crumb Cake Dark, and I'm going to do that on the outside of my image. And what I'll do then is I will pull it in with the crumb cake light. And I'm going to do it wherever I think that I would want to have some shading. So I got a little bit of shading here on my cute little monkey. A little bit here in his ear. A little bit of shading there. Okay, and looking for the top. Here it is. You always want to make sure you close your alcohol markers really well. Listen for that click because that helps keep them from drying out. It's very important to do that. Did you know that you can actually rejuvenate your markers if they do get really dry? Yes, you can. And I have had customers do it before. We've gone through it together and it works. So if you ever have that kind of a problem, let me know and I will shoot you the information to help revive your alcohol markers. Of course, if it's a pretty new one, all you have to do is let Stampin' Up! Know. They have the best customer service. I am a huge fan of Stampin' Up's customer service, and they will take care of you. However, if it's a really old one and you are not sure how in the heck to get that thing working again and you don't feel like buying a new one or it's not in the budget, we can always give rejuvenating it a try. So just let me know and we'll see what we can do to help you out. All right, now I'm looking for the petal pink. And I'm going to do a little bit in the ear here and a little bit over here in this ear and just a little on the cheeks because it's a happy, healthy monkey. And I am grabbing, this is the light skin tone. Put that on there all around his ear and his eyes. Get on his face. Oh, I should do his tongue too, I forgot. All right. And there we go. So I'm going to use the dark petal pink. If I have that here, that's the dark. Right in there for the tongue. Okay. Monkey is all done. All right. And now for grabbing, because the Silly Safari stamp set comes in a bundle, and in that bundle is a circle punch that is 1 7/8 inch. So I'm going to put my monkey into that circle and then punch it out. Okay, anytime you need to sharpen your punches, just run them through some aluminum foil. Have aluminum foil go on it over and over and over again, and that helps make it so it gets sharpened. What I just did was got the edges down a little bit on my punched circle. So getting a couple of dimensionals and see how it seeped through. So I'm glad I had a protection on my work surface. Some lifty uppies. I'm gonna get them onto the back of the monkey. Take the paper backing off. And onto the card front. Hopefully I'm keeping my head out of the camera. I have gotten this really bad habit of getting my head in the camera. Okay, and this is about 24 inches or so of the linen thread. I have linen thread on repeat, I think, on my orders. I tend to go through it probably more than just about any other embellishment. I love the linen thread for its simplicity. It's good for guide cards, gal cards. It's perfect for just about everything, and it's really easy to wrap around things without adding a lot of extra weight. So this time I want to have it be real loopy on the bottom, real nice and long and just kind of elegant while we're welcoming the baby into this wonderful world. A little glue dot, and I'll put this behind, and now down onto underneath our happy little monkey. Awesome! How cute is this card? All right, so here's the first one that I did. You can see what a difference Designer Series paper makes. It's still Secret C. This is from the In Colors Designer Series. This is from the Florals in Bloom Designer Series paper. So both look really awesome. And my alternate is this. Oh yeah, it's very different, right? My alternates tonight are extremely different than the original cards. It's got a little bow in there as well. Can you see that black bow? It's in there adding some texture. And I decided to go with neutrals on this and words. That's it, just words and neutrals. So I did the More Messages stamp set. I inked it up inside the case and then put my paper down on it and smooshed it down so it got inked up really, really well. And then I had it again, so I was able to use the die cut to get some of the words out. This is again the textured notes. Can you see how it's textured there? And the alphabet die. So I did a little I miss you on there. But how fun is this? And then inside just a little bit of black and white. So neutrals and words. Okay, exact same card layout, exact same, but how different, right? Just depends on the stamps and the ink and the paper that you decide to use. How fun is that? And then of course that PDF has some bonus projects that are so quick, so easy, and absolutely adorable. I think you're gonna love them. They are so cool to make. All right, bringing the camera up. Yay! All right, thank you so very, very much for joining me with Paper Party Live this evening. I really appreciate it. I loved sharing the Silly Safaris stamp set cards with you and showing you just how flexible these layouts are. I mean, can they be any more different with the alternates that I made? I am not sure it could. They're very, very different. Remember, I do have a PDF tutorial with bonus projects listed in my online store. Please check it out. And the September customers that I have who are qualifying are going to get all the make and takes that they need to make October's Paper Party Live projects. So everything gets sent to you, as well as the PDF tutorial, envelopes, all the goodies, all the embellishments, so you can stamp right along with me and have some fun. You'll already know what's coming up because you get the PDF ahead of time. I had an absolutely fantastic time with you this evening. I hope you did too. Thank you for being here. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this with a crafty friend who'd like a little inspiration as well. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day today and that you have a chance to get inky. Bye-bye.